Hello?
Hello?
Hello, everybody. My name is...
My mom let me get on the mic for the first time. Hello.
Oh, my God, no. Okay, hi, everybody. Welcome...
Tubby!
Oh, no. This is not what I meant to do.
Not again.
Tubby! It's the second part of the podcast.
It's part 2,
It's part
baby.
2. Because the Q&A took too long.
The Q&A did take a little
Well,
bit.
everyone's being treated now. They're getting, like, even more now, so be grateful.
Yeah, this is true. You get 2 podcasts 2 weeks in a row.
I know.
channel.
It makes up for
Subscribe.
all the time we've been gone.
Honestly,
Yeah.
a little bit.
So
I guess we'll skip the what are we playing part because we did that
what are
already.
we playing? We'll skip the Q&A segment again.
So I didn't play.
So I guess I'll lead into it. I'll do it. So I guess some of our discussions. First discussion is: do gamers just hate games now? I don't know who added this. And long answer, short answer, kinda. Long answer, shit, maybe.
Okay, I'm the one that actually started this, and I actually did this as a question on Twitter. And the thing is that everywhere we go now, and it doesn't matter what game, what genre, whatever it is, you see so many people just praying for a game to freaking fail. I'm talking about. All right, so like we're gonna get into this later, but the Ghost of Yote trailer that came out, teaser trailer that came out
Looks
recently.
sick.
Looks sick.
Erica Ishii plays the main character. That's fucking face, because I love Erica Ishii.
Yes, we have a great voice actress. We have a great idea. We have a game that literally just is a continuation of a previous game that was literally beloved, except now we follow a new character. But now you have people who are freaking getting mad about it, and you know exactly why I'm not saying fucking why.
Yeah.
But it's like that's just one example. But you see, like, even if you watch like the whole entire state of play, even the good shit that they showed, people want it to fail. And I'm just like, do people just not like video games anymore?
Can I add to this?
Sure.
And, well, 2 things. Just one, I also feel like it's a case too where it's like, I feel like if you want, I mean, I think a lot of this stems from clout farming and like, because we gotta be honest here, guys. It's proven that like negative interaction is what blows the fuck up on like any platform, which sucks. To me, that just fucking sucks.
Agree.
But
yeah,
it also extends to not just like people wanting shit to fail. It extends to like, and now, all right. This is gonna be a me territory kind of thing, but I swear to God that like to like Five Nights at Freddy's, you have to constantly be saying how much you hate it. You have to always be shitting on it. And it's I just, to me, that's just so fucking alien to me. For anything I like, I'm like, why would I do that? What, just to be cool? Just to be like...
Sonic fan base.
Yeah, it extends a lot of her interests. It extends a lot of her interests. But like, it's like, I actually hate this, but I'll proceed to buy every game and every piece of media that comes out just to say how much I hate it. And I'm just like, fucking... Look, I've done this song and dance before... And it's just like, it doesn't get you anywhere. You don't feel good about it. At least you shouldn't feel good about it, to me at least. Like, it's just like, I think the biggest cause of it really is just, I hate to say it, it'd be like, sound like the old person. It is a lot of the influence on social media and how that's what gets clicks, and that sucks.
That's my thing too, is like, I don't think that gamers hate video games. I think it's more so people have realized that hating something will gain you more traction than liking something.
Yeah, it's annoying.
And I feel like I genuinely feel like I can't say a lot of it because I'm sure, like, in my experience, that some of it's probably true. But I feel like at the very least, like 70-30, like 70% of it is bait. It's all bullshit.
Yeah,
they don't
has-
actually.
I don't disagree.
Most of the
with
time,
that.
it has to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're
So
serious, and you're like...
No. Yeah, that's why I said like
yeah,
70-30. Like 30% of the time, they're serious and actually hate the thing, and that's just obnoxious. But I genuinely feel like 70% of the time, it's interaction bait. it'll get them clicks, it'll get them views, it'll get people talking about them, and that's what they want.
Yeah.
Because we as human beings are an attention-seeking species.
Yeah.
And I genuinely feel that like with the whole like, and it's not just video games in general. It's really just like I've noticed if you're on Twitter for more than 5 minutes, you'll realize people hate things just to hate things.
Oh yeah, it extends out.
It can be anything.
It can be anything. It extends out of that. 100%.
Yeah, and I don't even think it's just like, oh, do gamers hate things now? No, I think that people just hate things.
You want to know? You want to know what really
not
like,
even a
pisses
reason.
Me
They
off?
just because negativity is so ingrained into society now.
You know what like really pisses me off that I see online about a lot of things is that and I guess this kind of goes into the thing of like wanting something to fail even though I feel like this is kind of a different beast. I really am just becoming not a fan of seeing something just get announced or seeing like a tease of something that's like there's really not a lot of information for it. And then just being like I hate it.
The one that drives me crazy is like whenever like, and this happens on a lot of like Nintendo's posts, whenever like they post a trailer for an upcoming game and people in the comments are like dead game. I'm like, what do you mean dead game? It's not even fucking out yet. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's like at that point you're not even hiding it. You're just trying to get interaction.
Yeah, it's such
it's
bait.
pathetic. It is genuinely pathetic, and I feel like anyone who does that has like significant insecurities they need to work out because that is genuinely sad.
It is 1,000% what is driving me off Twitter.
Yeah, and like I can't even feel bad for you anymore because I just think you're fucking pathetic.
Just say they have a smooth brain.
I also don't understand because like some people will like and I guess this kind of goes into the thing of like to like Five Nights at Freddy's you have to hate it because I've also encountered that. Where, like, I'll jokingly say I hate this franchise because of, like, how convoluted and weird the story is, but, like, I don't. I genuinely don't.
I just don't even like doing that anymore, man.
That's fair.
Just, like, it's, like, even, like, as a joke, I'm just, like, because I used to do that all the time in the period of life where I was insecure about the things I liked, where it's just, like, I would say, like, how stupid it is and just, like, as, like, to be like, oh, it's like, see, I don't actually like it, but I actually secretly do, and I'm just, like, after a while, it's just, like, fuck, this is just boring to do and just tiring. I just want to show people the things I like.
Exactly.
For
but
me,
like,
it's like
what I'm saying about it is that I'm like Five Nights at Freddy's has a big, convoluted, complicated story that's weird and sometimes stupid, but you know what? I love it for it.
Yeah, and like you're not like, but the thing is like you're also not like you're offering your fair like criticism on it and like that. It's a difference between that and just like every post you make, and also this also goes into the fact that my God, I don't know how people are so chronically online. I don't get it. I really don't. Because it's like they're making like 20 posts a day, and I'm like, do people not have lives? I see some people, I have shit to do. Like,
it's like I see people on social media post like that, and I'm like, how? I mean, I'm also definitely not the social media type either.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Because
I get it, but.
Like, I see, like even, like, for example, like, you, Steve, like, sometimes you'll, like, post stuff that you go to on, like, Instagram and stuff like that, or, like, or you'll just post, like, random things on Twitter, and it's like,
I'll post every now and then, granted, I fucking doom scroll, like, every day.
Yeah,
but
I think everyone
really,
does.
Post interact and shit.
Yeah.
You know? And, like, I'm a simple guy, you know? I just like to like things because there's so much shit and negativity and awful stuff in the world that, like, just enjoying something is fucking orgasmic, guys.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty cool.
It just feels good to like something.
You know what?
Like something has to be offensively bad for me to really dislike it. I mean, I fucking like Sonic Forces, you know? Like, I don't think anything in that game is offensively bad. I don't think it's a good game, and I can acknowledge its flaws, but I like it because I had fun with it.
Hey, I'm going to put myself in the hot seat here, too, in an opposite direction for you, Steve, in the sense of just, like, and I'm sure people know what I'm going to say. It's like, look, I have jokingly said multiple times on previous podcasts, I don't like Pokemon anymore. I really fucking don't. I really don't. I have now made an active choice to just stop fucking following it, and man, I feel way fucking better.
That actually goes into what I was going to bring up.
I feel so much better. Like, holy shit. Like,
these people, these people
like it,
that are online, and Brandon, we know a critic that is very much like this. If you fucking hate something with all of your being, just stop talking about it.
Seriously.
Why give it the time of day if you really hate it that much?
I'm not even saying it as
I don't think there's anything that I absolutely hate or despise more than Rise of Skywalker. How often do you hear me talk about it?
Yeah, no, I get it. And I honestly, and even from a point,
not very often.
From a point of just like, I'm not even saying this as like I can't take you criticizing something you don't clearly like. I'm saying this as one human being to another person. Just fucking let it go and move on, man. Like
no, exactly.
You're gonna feel way
how
better.
Do y'all have so much energy to just hit on one thing? Do you know people are still talking about Concord failing?
Yeah.
This game has failed ages ago.
You people are talking about Concord failing more than Concord lasted.
True.
I'm sorry, that was too easy. That was too easy.
It was pretty good.
It was
right there, man.
We have a lot
you
of
fucking
good games
threw me a
about to come
straight
out.
pitch and I hit it. It was so easy.
We have a lot of good games about to come out, but y'all are still on fucking Concord failing?
You want to know what else? What another criticism that I keep fucking hearing that I'm like, can you people just shut up? Because this is just plain not true. All of these people being like, oh, the PlayStation 5 has no games.
Yeah.
I am like, genuinely, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Genuinely. There are so many... Like, sure, it could use more games considering it is a 4-year-old console. Correct. But you also have to imagine that the first 2 years of that console's life was during a global fucking pandemic.
Yeah.
You also need to factor in that... And I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, Brendan. But, people forget how expensive it is to make fucking games now.
I was about to say, like, do y'all know how much they have to work just to get it so that way you can look at a person's fucking skin and see a single pixel of a pore? Because y'all want it to be in 4K 120 FPS?
And I want to add to that, too.
I really don't care about that.
Steve, I know, but bear with me here. The thing is, I much prefer stylization over realism. I always have,
100%,
always will,
1000%.
But you gotta understand this is the direction Sony has been going for a while. Something like Sony has been going for a while now, and they're not gonna just suddenly stop doing it. It's just the truth, and that takes time. You know, it takes time, and I don't want to sit here like I'm defending the big corporation for a second here. I want to just clarify that because of things to be mad about with video games. There's a lot of problems in the industry to be mad about.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think being constantly mad because this video game didn't do what you wanted it to do is worth it over the constant layoffs.
We
the
got a
work
lot.
crunch.
Layoffs.
Just a side thing quick of like
microtransaction Armageddon, fucking 30,468.
The fucking crisis of day one patches that people have been complaining about for over a decade, and still nothing is being done about it because guess what? Video game companies don't care because they know you'll buy the game day one anyway.
Yeah.
Or, maybe here's a crazy thought. Just
the same games being released every single time, even though it's what y'all want.
What were you saying?
Let's be honest.
Also, like,
it's what
it
y'all
drives me
want.
crazy too. Of like how you were saying, like, yeah, this is the direction Sony's going and stuff. But it really drives me crazy that when Astrobot came out, everyone was like, "This is great. We want more of this. This game is really fun. We want more of this." And I'm like, guys, Nintendo's been doing this for fucking years, and you laugh at them. Fuck you. Like, shut up. Like Nintendo has been doing the exact same thing that you've wanted, that you're saying you wanted. And you're like, oh, it's a baby game, fucking baby consoles. PlayStation does it once, and you're like, wait a minute, this is great.
I don't disagree with you, but I also do think at the same time, I think it is partially from a place that Astrobot is so different from current Sony.
No, I know, and I'm saying that, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, we're on the same side.
It's a good thing.
We're on the same side here. It's just like, I can understand to an extent, but yeah, also obviously the Nintendo dogpiling is dumb. That's just dumb.
That's the thing, same thing. I'm not saying, like, it's one thing for people to be like, wait a minute, this is so different, I love this. That's fine. But what bothers me is the people who say that and then also have been shitting on Nintendo for doing the same fucking thing.
I mean, I get it. Yeah, that's also just...
that's what drives me crazy.
I get you.
The blatant hypocrisy of it. I just hate hypocrisy.
Oh, yeah.
Since we are on the idea of Sony, You want to skip over Sonic Central real quick and go straight to Sony?
Yeah, we'll come back to
yeah.
that.
I got some fucking things to say.
Did anyone?
Damn, I didn't even get to say anything.
So,
I'm sorry, Phil.
Yeah, did you?
Phil, I'm
That's
sorry.
crazy. No.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Whoa, no, I'm over here. Yeah, that's me the entire time in the crutches, right? No, even when like in my realm of like just video games that I like, when Shadows of the Erdtree came out, and that was a big debacle because people who play video games are dumb and they don't read.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how hard it was. Newsflash.
Oh my god.
If you played the game, right? If you played the game, you get a tree fragment. You get the skidoo tree fragment, right? And you're like, what does this do? And there's a whole tutorial about how it works. And if you sit at your spot of grace, you can, use the item, and it increases your shadow tree aura by 1. And I think the max is like 15. And that increases your overall, like, how much damage you do and how much damage you take. But no one read the thing. So when they just didn't do it, and they're like, why game hard? Because you didn't fucking read. Why are you being an idiot?
Also, I'm going to say, the fact that you go into a Souls game asking why it's hard is kind
Why
of...
hard?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Why hard?
Wait,
Honestly...
I kind of want to make that another discussion of, like, are gamers just getting stupider now?
I think they are.
I think people are just getting stupider,
Wait,
to be honest.
can we...
Yeah.
I mean, yes, in general. I want to posit,
Okay.
and I'm going to bring this into it, I guess. But
Okay.
it's just from observation of working at GameStop.
Oh, true.
People who instill themselves in gaming,
Yeah.
like people that would call themselves like a nerd for video games,
I like video games.
and casual gamers
Oh, yeah.
are both getting dumber, but in radically different ways. Casual
Agreed.
gamers are getting dumber in a sense that, like, for one thing, it is fascinating to me that a casual gamer will be satisfied with playing the same game re-released every year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm talking like
Call of Duty.
your Call of Duties, your Maddens, your NHLs, yada yada, sports games, whatever. But even like, like any shooter, really.
All right.
And then when they do venture outside of that, like I had a lot of people come into my store to go and buy Elden Ring because they heard about how fucking good it was. And then I would see them the next day because they would return it because it was too hard.
Oh no.
Not fair.
And listen, I'm all about like, it does, like, if you're not having fun with the game, then yeah, whatever.
Yeah, obviously.
But like part of it is also alien to me as like the person that I am, where I'm like, wouldn't the difficulty kind of want to push you to kind of like try to get good at the game? And then if you're really not having fun, like then yeah, fine. But like you had the game a day, you didn't. I would even posit to say that you didn't even really try it.
Yeah, that's fair.
You
Fair
know,
assumption.
like our return policy is 2 weeks. You have 2 weeks to return the fucking game.
Yeah.
That's like whenever I say that, like, whenever I'm talking about how much I don't like the Souls games, it's not just on a basis of, I played Dark Souls once, thought it was hard, and gave up. I've tried to play every single fucking game they've put out. I played, like a couple, like, several hours of each one. I've played Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, Demon Souls, fucking Sekiro, Elden Ring, all of them. I've tried all of them to prove my stance on it and to see if it could change, if my stance would change. And no, it hasn't. But I can, at the very least, say I gave them a fair fucking try.
Yeah, you tried them, and
I tried
you just
them,
don't vibe.
And I guarantee the next time a Souls game comes out, I'm gonna try that one too.
I'm just not a fan of the aesthetic. That's always been my stance.
See, that's my thing. I'm the opposite. I love the aesthetic. I hate how the game feels.
Just don't. It's boring to me, which is funny coming from a guy whose favorite game is FF16.
Yeah. See, I like the aesthetic and the world building and the music, and literally I like everything about the Soul series except how the game feels, and that's kind of the most important part of it.
Yeah. Can I add something about FromSoft too? Because look, I'm not really a big FromSoft guy either. I definitely like have my. I used to be kind of like ooh, I don't like FromSoft guy, but I
was too.
My heat has tempered on that a bit. I tried Bloodborne. I'm like, oh, Bloodborne's pretty good. I'm not really good at it, but it's pretty cool.
Bloodborne's definitely the best one that I've played.
Oh, yes.
My brother, on the other hand, has lived and breathed From Software since before Demon Souls with shit like Armored Core. And
like Kingsfield?
Yeah, and I will mention, it's weird for FromSoft specifically, because people forget that FromSoft was really a niche games for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Up until maybe the first Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I would even argue maybe it took until like 3 for them to really kind of get in the limelight.
I would say like 3 would be when they started to actually gain traction from people.
I bring it up because it's interesting to see.
I would argue Bloodborne, because Bloodborne came out before 3.
Yeah, maybe Bloodborne was a good point.
See,
too.
I'd now continuing with the C's. I'd argue 2.
Okay, that's fine. No, I trust you more on this than
yeah, I'd argue 2 personally. That's just me.
But the whole point I'm trying to make here is that like it's interesting because it's like realistically, FromSoft hasn't changed their main design philosophies from the niche style of games. They've enhanced it obviously and added more modern things to help it out. But like they really haven't changed in a way of how they design their games. Whether for good or bad is up to you. So I think it's interesting to see something like someone like you were saying, Battles, who like only plays COD or Madden try a game like that, and it's like so out of their wheelhouse because they truthfully just have no experience with something like that. And like it sucks. It sucks that they couldn't stick with it and like really try and get into it. But at the same time, it's like I can understand why that can be jarring for one person. But I wish people would just stick it out and see if they can really get into it, rather than just be like it just come back the next day, like you said. Like give it like maybe a week or something. Like I don't know.
Can I say probably one of the funniest I'm returning this because it was too hard stories?
This is what I think it is.
It was someone returned Sonic Colors Ultimate because they said it was too
hard.
No.
What?
I'm not even joking.
All right, gamers do hate video games.
Colors?
They do. They're dummies. Say however you feel about them. Kai Cenat did say it on stream. He was like, "Listen, there's a difference. We're both ass at this game, but the difference is that you're ass." And I'm like, "Hell yeah, let's go." And because a guy who's never played Souls games before went from playing Demon Souls to, I think he's doing Sekiro now, and he
already did Sekiro.
He did already, and he's like, "Yo, these games are fucking awesome." And a guy who's never played those games before, and however you feel about him, it's fine. However you feel, some people like him, some people don't. He's kind of chill. I'd hang out with him, and he play through all these games, and they're like, these are awesome, and like if you can like try them out, and so it's so cool seeing like someone who hasn't been in this like comfort zone before, just going through it, whether it's hard or easy, going like, whoa, shit, this is what I've been missing out on. It's dope, and I don't know. I think gamers just don't know what they want, right? I think that's really what it is.
Oh, 1,000%.
I just think they don't know what they want. They say they know what they want, and then
yeah.
it's like it's the kid from SpongeBob. I don't want ice cream. Why do
Then
you
what?
ask
And
for it?
even truthfully, acknowledging my own fault, even I fall into that trap every now and then too. It happens. Like
It's something you'll never avoid because it's like you want, because we all want one thing, but it's like, well, we care about this thing that may not seem like it matters, but it matters a lot, and it's it's like I don't know. It's like what I just want. I just want a fun video game.
Yeah. I guess like if we're gonna be preachy for a second and really just kind of have a lesson in all of this, it's just like just try stuff.
Yeah,
like
100%.
Like really give something a fair shake, and if you really, really don't like it, that's okay. But like, try it.
But
you know.
And after finding out that you don't like something, shut up about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, here's my thing, right? I used to be way more vocal about my hate of the Soul series. I used to outright call them bad games, and like that was admittedly not true, and I was just being salty.
No, I get it, man. I get it.
But like in actuality, I do think that like sorry, I've been eating a lot of Skittles.
Skittles.
And you know, like sometimes the candy coating gets stuck in my throat.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to my actual point. with the Souls series, I've really narrowed down what I don't like about them. It's not that like they're too hard; they're designed to be hard, and I don't like that. And I don't like the Souls series and Souls likes in general. That's not true because I've played other Souls likes. I've played, fucking Another Crab's Treasure and Stellar Blade and Black Myth Wukong, and I enjoyed my time with those games more because of how the game felt to control. And I think my main issue with the Souls games is that the controls are very stiff and clunky and work against you rather than working with you. And I don't like that. And that, therefore, is why I don't like the series. But at the very least, I gave them all a shot, and I can admit, hey, they're pretty fucking cool when you can vibe with them. I just don't vibe with them.
Yeah. And also bottles.
And like that's just kind of how it should be. Like if you try something but don't vibe with it, that's all right. It's why we have opinions. It's part of what makes us fucking human and different as a species is we have differing opinions. And you can talk about them, just don't be a fucking dick about it.
Yeah. And Bottles, just like piggybacking briefly off of what you said of just like try things, like I am really not joking. If there's ever anything I can get across to people in like on stream or like just right now to someone listening is that like if you're going to consume some kind of media, whether it's a video game, movie, TV show, whatever, you gotta step out of your comfort zone every now and then. You can't, there's so many wonderful things out there in these mediums that like you're just gatekeeping yourself from finding something new that you like, or like maybe you didn't like something at first, but giving it a chance a few years later, maybe you'll end up being a favorite or something. It's something I very much preach with like watching movies, playing games, is that like you gotta get out of that comfort zone every now and then. And don't get me wrong, it's nice to stick in your lane and play the stuff you really like, but it really gives you a better appreciation of just the art forms and stuff.
Yeah, to piggyback off that real quick of like, trying something that you maybe didn't like at first years later, that's always fine too. Like maybe if you're like, oh, you know what, maybe I should give this another try. Maybe I was a little too harsh on it. Because, bro, that was me with ukulele. I fucking hated it when it first came out, and I replayed it recently, and I had a much more fun time with it. Mm-hmm. So much so that like I'm even looking forward to the remake. It's like opinions change over time and shit.
I'm gonna say this. All right, I haven't really had a chance to really say anything on the topic, but I've also been at war with my cat for the entirety of this conversation. She is back in her playpen. She got a little too dangerous. Got into anyway. I've had an adventure.
Anyway, what would you like to say?
So, Deadpool 3 is pretty cool. No, just completely off topic. Just a complete separate thing. Listen, I feel like media literacy is dead in general.
Oh yeah.
That's just me being realistic. There's so much shit where you see people tweeting, and sure, it could just be, oh, this is going to get me so many reactions on my post, and they don't actually believe what they're saying. But sometimes you see enough shitty takes that you have to go, I don't think this is fake. I think these people really think this way.
Yeah.
And also, I just have to point out something that, a bunch of us in our other, main core friend group say, which it's not PC to say it, but I'm going to say this because it's true though. If you pretend, well, I'll say it in a kinder way. But if you're pretending to be stupid, you're just stupid. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry.
You're not wrong.
If the bit is that you're stupid, you're just stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what we always say. And we don't say it in that kind of a way. We definitely use a different word. But the thing is that you can't, like, you can't try to trivialize or make a bit out of a take that is so bad, because someone is going to come into that comment thread and go, yeah, that's true, actually. And you might not believe it, but someone else will. And the problem is that just grows this olive tree, this olive branch of just awful, awful takes and people misunderstanding things. I mean, like, for God's sakes, like, I have seen some of the worst things I've some of the worst takes I've ever seen on fucking movie Twitter. I have seen some of the, so like it all makes sense when you see people talking about gaming as well, where it's like, listen, I get that technically the PS5 does have games, but as you said, it doesn't have a lot. So what started as a funny exaggeration of the PS5 has no games turned into like a weapon against the PS5. The PS5 is a great console.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd argue like it gives the Switch a run for its money at times.
Well, to be fair, the Switch in and of itself underperforms itself because Nintendo kind of hoards the good developed kits.
Well, I'm even talking about like if we're talking about the Switch, I'm talking about the Nintendo games.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's a 50-50, I think. But again, my main thing to point out is that like I don't give a shit about your fucking Xbox because I have a PC. And if you're gonna buy an Xbox, just build a PC because you can play the same games and you can play more than those same games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You get so much more out of a PC than an Xbox. But a PS5 is a console that doesn't have a PC alternative. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You can guarantee that if there's a PS5 exclusive, guess what? It's going to be there for a hot minute on that console. Yep. You know, unlike Xbox, where 90% of the time, it's on PC Game Pass, or it's on PC.
Yeah, like same day, where it's like PC is just getting, like, God of War Ragnarok, which came out, like, 2 years ago.
Which, like, again, I am not inherently, like, that's, exclusives are a whole different conversation to be had. Yeah. But, like, if you want to be real about the whole console war, like, get a Switch so you can play Nintendo games because they don't put those anywhere else, and get a PS5 to play the games that maybe your PC either can't play or won't because it is a PS5 exclusive. Yeah. I have a PS5 because as good as my PC build is, sometimes it hits a bit of a limit right now. I'm getting putting more RAM in it tomorrow because I should. Yeah. But like sometimes my PC just doesn't want to handle a game and I just want to enjoy the game. So what do? I buy it on PS5. That's why I have a fucking console. I don't have a console because the console's like a god tier thing that I need. Like, no, I just like having a console as an alternative to like PC that I can play modern games on. That's all I need.
I think one of the other things I hate that's like kind of like it hasn't been as common I think in a while, but it's like when Elden Ring got announced I think like 5 years ago or something. There wasn't a release date. It's like, oh, that's really cool. And then they released another trailer, and it was just like a trailer for like the game saying, hey, here's where we're at. And I was like, oh, that's cool. It'd be really cool if there would be a release date. If not, the game's dead now. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like we just got a trailer for it. Like this game's gonna take a while. This game's fucking massive. And by the way, the game is massive.
I think it's really funny.
And I just hate that. I hate that shit. I'm like, guys, there's no release date because it's not done yet. It's not coming out. I hate that shit. Like, oh, game's dead. It's never coming out. Shit. Hate that shit.
I also think it's like fundamentally, I think it's funny. There's a great example of like what I really hate about gaming right now, which is, you know, me and some of the boys had a discussion the other day because, you know, Sony keeps pushing Horizon. And listen, I'm not the biggest fan of how like insanely pushing Horizon, but you know, I had a great conversation. Like there was one of them went like, oh, like, you know, it's just okay, and I went, well, what's funny is like I enjoyed what I played of Horizon. I do think it deserves a bit more than just okay, but I also don't think it deserves like the insane amount of focus that Sony is putting on it. You know, like I feel like, and it's kind of turning a gamer, a part of like the gamer base, like it's turning a bit of it against Horizon because like when the reason why it's getting this much focus is because the first game did so well, and it had every right to. The first Horizon is a really good game, and I'm sure Forbidden West is too. I haven't even played it yet. Honestly, I haven't finished the first one, but like. It's one of those things where, hey, maybe I'll get the remaster. Who knows? But
maybe I'll get the Lego game.
Yeah, dude, can I say this real quick? Can I say this right now? Lego Horizon looks like a genuinely good Lego game. I just hate that it's Horizon.
It's just such a weird move.
Like it looks like a really of all the Lego games we've had recently, Lego Horizon looks like a genuinely fun Lego game.
Yep.
Why is it Horizon? Because I'll be honest with you, that's not even a slate on Horizon. It has no reason to be Horizon because everything we've seen marketing-wise, even in the most recent state of play, is like, you're doing so much of the shit in it that is not even the tone of Horizon. Why is it Horizon? Like,
bro, just from because like both Horizon games were on sale recently, so I was like, and like one of them was even like fucking free with like PS Plus. I'm like, you know what? Sure, I'll check these games out. I people really like talking about them and whatever. I'll check them out. And I played like the first couple minutes of Zero Dawn, and I'm like, this is cool. I actually really like this. I'm understanding why people like this game, and I'm enjoying this. And then I watched another trailer for the Lego Horizon one because they showed another trailer recently, and I was like, wow, that's a very different tone from what the fuck I just played.
It's so fucked up because like, listen, and I'm not saying you can't have a funny Lego game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, when you're making a Lego game that looks as fun and endearing as Lego Horizon looks, I feel like it's a waste to tie it to a brand that identity-wise doesn't really fit that MO.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely strange.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird choice.
But more to the point, is that like, I don't think, like, as the mission statement says, I don't think gamers hate games now. Again, media literacy is dead, and I think everyone takes, not even like negative press necessarily, I just think everyone, because that is a real thing, but not even talking about that specifically, but like, I just think everyone, like, really, really, really feels the need to say the negative before any positives. Yep. And that's just like a weird human nature trait that we've grown to have as a society.
Yeah.
Where like, and it also stems into the fact that everyone compares everything needlessly. You know what I mean? I saw a fucking tweet the other day that was like, where's Agatha right now? Because Agatha all along is
oh my god,
Disney Plus.
Oh my god, and they're talking about the Penguin?
They were talking about the Penguin show, and the Penguin show had like 5.3 million views on the first episode, and Agatha had like 9.3 million. And I'm like, what comparison are you even making? First of all, the shows aren't even close to similar. Second of all, your point is moot. Because the other one is doing better. Like, so I'm just like, I hate when people just try to compare things for the sake of creating debate that doesn't need to be created. Because like, and it happens in gaming too. Like, like, look at the Sonic versus Mario. Sonic and Mario have not been genuine enemies in a very long time. Yeah. Like,
bro, they've gone to the Olympics together like 7 fucking times.
How many times do I have to do the fucking pole vault? But like, no, legitimately speaking though, like, why do you have to fucking compare things? Why can't you just enjoy something or not? It goes back to the point of, if you don't enjoy it, don't fucking play it. Like,
if I'm
just let something exist. Like, not like, I know everyone's a critic, but like, you don't have to be that guy.
If I'm gonna compare something, it's because I like the game and it's reminding me of other games I like. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the kind of comparisons that I do, you know, like
it's fine. Yeah, well, it's fine to compare something if it has a similar reason to compare it. There's no fucking reason to compare something that has literally nothing to do with each other aside from, this is a 3D platformer and this is a 3D platformer.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here.
That's like if I played Astrobot, it's like, why isn't this like Croc? You know,
I'm gonna say my way better than Croc.
I'm gonna say my
By the way, they're
favorite
remaking
fucking
Croc apparently.
I'm gonna say my favorite fucking catchphrase. I'm gonna say my catchphrase. It's stupid. Like,
and like the other thing is, and this definitely goes for my favorite type of YouTuber, especially because I guess I kind of am one at this point. Video essayists.
Oh yeah.
Is that like a negative term now?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't say so yet.
As negative a term as Let's Player was in the peak of Let's Plays.
It's
not really, but
okay.
Yeah, where it's like it doesn't have to be, but like sometimes it can be.
Yeah, with some people,
and it will be someday fully.
Yeah, but like the thing that I want to like really drive home is, it's like with some of these videos that I see, like criticizing like games, movies, shows, yada yada, etc., etc. Dog, why do you take it so seriously?
Dude, hello, 3-hour Kingdom Hearts 3 video.
Yeah. Dude, let me tell you, I finally, because this was my goal once we were done with Nomura's Wild Ride, I started to watch Kingdom Hearts 3 as a waste of effort.
Yeah.
I am about 20 minutes into the video, and I've already seen so many flaws.
Yeah.
They literally talk about how, and I feel like this should not go into a video about criticizing a game.
Yeah.
Is how they were disappointed by trailers.
Yeah.
I feel like
Listen,
that is so absurd.
If that isn't the fucking cream of the crop when it comes to the debates around Kingdom Hearts 3, it's like, and it goes with any anticipated game. Everyone overhypes a game, and then when it comes out and it's like, hey, this is okay, this is pretty good, it's not good enough because they overhyped it. And like, listen, Square Enix mismanaged the shit out of that, but granted, they also had to reset the entire progress of doing the game, so a lot went wrong there. But you can't sit here and act like because of how long it took to come out, it should have been better. Like, it didn't take long to come out because they were making one game for like 10 years. It took forever to come out because they reset halfway into the process of making it and had to fucking rebuild the entire game. So like, they made it for about the same amount of time any other fucking game is made nowadays.
Yeah, it's also like just hype in general. Like, I myself, and I'm talking just from personal experience here, I really have grown to just not like hype culture. I just don't like it. It annoys me. Mind you, it also stems from the fact that like, shit, man, I like blink and a game I'm looking forward to is coming out in like 2 days now. It's just like, that's just how it is now for me.
Listen,
but like,
if I can, oh, go ahead. Sorry,
it's fine. But I kind of, my point there's just like, I just like, I also just like, truthfully, like, I don't really like making critique stuff anymore. Like, with like the few babbling about videos I do, I make it very clear that these videos are not meant to be taken that verbatim as serious critique points. I'm just talking about something, dog. I don't know. Like,
to quote, I want to say this about the whole hype train thing. To quote John Bellion in a song by my current favorite band, Lawrence. The lyric is, hype is something someone needs when fans can't give you loyalty.
oh.
Damn.
Damn,
Which is a
that goes hard.
That goes
which is a
really
fucking
hard.
bar. The song is called False Alarms, by the way. Fantastic fucking song.
That line was hard as fuck.
But that line really speaks the truth of just like, you can have all the hype in the fucking world, but it means nothing. As soon as the fucking thing is out to the public, they will eat you alive if it's only okay. You will be you have nothing if it's just hype.
That's another thing. When the fuck did mid start to mean bad?
Oh my god.
When the fuck did mid become synonymous with dog shit?
Steve, you just set off my sleeper agent thing where it's just like, I can't stress to you guys, and like, if this isn't your vocabulary, that's fucking fine. But if I hear the usage of peak and mid one more time, I'm actually gonna slam my head into a fucking cinder block. I can't. I can't stand it. I'm
sorry, Lucas.
It drives me.
I'm gonna continue to use
too.
peak.
I also.
Did y'all literally just not hear me say, if that's in your vocabulary, that's fucking fine?
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Okay.
I literally was just like, oh, it's cool, it's fine, but like, to me, it's like, that's never gonna be something I do.
I'm sorry. I was worried you were gonna call me cringe. I was very scared.
Well, you are cringe.
That's not very Sigma of you, Lucas.
Get him out of here. Get him out. God! Get him out.
Skibbity toilet.
Anyway, we've been talking about people
Sorry.
being dumb for fucking 45 minutes.
We
now.
could.
We should probably move on to our next topic.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Let's talk about things we like.
Not Sony right now.
Oh.
This one, like Ann said before, this one irks me just as it irks him. It makes me really mad with the failure of a certain hero shooter. They went, yeah, guys, it'd be really sick if we had a lot of IPs, but we don't have enough. And I'm like, my brother in Christ. I can name 10 of them.
My brother in Christ, Astrobot just came out proving that you have so many IPs people love and miss.
They said that.
It's absurd.
They said that 2 days before the game came out.
It's absurd.
And I'm like,
that they said
funny,
that,
dude.
and then a fucking graveyard of IPs rolls up.
Dude, I can name 10 without even thinking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let alone not enough. Like, it's
Fucking
I can
Crash
name 10
Bandicoot,
without
Spyro the
thinking.
Dragon, fucking Ape Escape,
Hell yeah.
fucking Metal Gear Solid, if you want to be technical.
Fucking
Castlevania for a long time was PlayStation only. Fucking Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, Jak and Daxter.
You didn't even
Like,
have
hello?
to think. You didn't have to think. What also
Gravity Rush.
Gravity Rush. What also blows me away is that I even said I'm waiting for like my I'm waiting for like my modern day console like version of the Twin Sanity trilogy or whatever, and like the Spyro one. I want that
trilogy.
Yeah, I want that for Sly Cooper. And someone went, there already is one, and I'm like, oh, you're right, there is one. I looked it up. It's not on PS4.
It's only on PS3. It's
only
on
on PS3 and the Vita. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
At the very least, Sly did just get like Sly one out of nowhere just got like a brand new re-release on PSN.
It did, yeah.
It's not great, but it's still good to see something like that. But I agree with you on that.
Sony, my brother in Christ, you literally have Spider-Man. I mean, I know you
Honestly!
released them on PC, but it's a PlayStation Studio game. You have You have Uno.
You have even
It came with the console. You have it.
I'll even go as far as to say like Resistance, like Fall of Man.
I love Resistance. Oh my! I'm so happy you said Resistance. I love Resistance.
And like you could take anything from like the mid 2000s when the PS3 came out. I bet you, and I'm not going to do it right now, but I have a couple of Game Informers in like my collection. I can literally look through those and like give you games that have come out on the PS3. One of the Game Informers is when they revealed the Xbox 360 and the PS3. Like, even when they had that weird boomerang controller. That's how old that comic, that's how old that magazine is. And I could already name you 5 fucking games from that Game Informer. Jesus Christ. What are they thinking? What are they doing, right? And it's just, someone can boil it down to, like, something corpo, right? But it's like...
Uncharted movie released, like, a couple years ago.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Like,
this is literally...
man.
I'm not even talking about the quality of the movie, but, like, that's a movie based on one of your IPs. And it came out 2 years ago.
This is literally the result of when video game companies do the thing that Smiling Friends fucking joked about.
Yes.
Being like, that's my IP to sleep on and do nothing with. It's that because, and then you fucking delude yourself into thinking that you don't have anything.
That episode continues to age
amazing.
like fine
it's
wine.
Amazing.
It's so absurd. That's like if Nintendo was like, yeah, I know we have Mario, Kirby, Zelda, Star Fox, Punch-Out, this, Metroid, this, that, the other thing, Pokemon, whatever, but we don't have enough IPs.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's almost just as ridiculous. And it's more ridiculous because Sony doesn't do anything with them. You had the opportunity to make a new Crash game. You fucked it. You had the new opportunity to make a Spyro game. You fucked it. You still have Naughty Dog. You could make a new Jak and Daxter if you wanted to. You could make a new Uncharted if you wanted to. You still have Sucker Punch. That's why you're getting Ghost of Tsushima. But you know what else you could get? You could get fucking Sly Cooper. You could get fucking Infamous. It's so many games that you could make them make that would make tons of money that you just don't.
Yep.
Dude, like, I can't believe that they went below Sega on my meter of IP usage. Because at least at no point did Sega go, we don't have enough IPs, we only have Sonic. They just kept using Sonic. And guess what? Sega's using their old IPs!
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
Yeah, Sega's coming out with a new Jet Set Radio, a new Crazy Taxi, a new, what was it,
I
Shinobi?
can't believe
Yeah,
we're in a
Shinobi,
fucking era
new Golden
where
Axe.
Sega is out
And
of the
more.
console race.
And they ended that trailer with "and more," meaning there's even more
Sega
IPs
is out
that
of
they're
the
gonna
console
do.
race and are fucking destroying Sony in terms of overall representation.
It is crazy to me, right? That and I guess we'll get into it when we talk about the PlayStation State of Play. But like, honestly, it is fucking sane to me that a PlayStation State of Play happens and all of these Sony announcements happen, and the hypest thing was Sonic Generations having a skin pack.
Ghost of Yota is pretty cool.
And Ghost of U10. Yeah, obviously.
yeah.
But again, an
that's
IP,
one big
but,
thing. That's
yeah,
one
but again,
big
that's
IP.
an IP that people like.
Yeah.
And you're doing more of it. Wow, it's almost like that fucking works, you know?
There actually was a decent... There's actually some good stuff in the State of Play. The problem is that, like, the statement can never be lived down. That they don't have enough IPs. Because the state of play could have had hit after hit after hit the whole time.
It would just prove them wrong.
I'd still be pissed at that comment, especially because of
that. Oh yeah, that's like the whole. That's the whole
fair.
Thing. Like, come on, dude. Like,
they literally just put the clown makeup on when they fucking posted that.
Mr. Rogers puts the clown mask on.
They could have had like an insane state of play with hit after hit after hit reveal, and the comment they made would only lead me to believe that they don't see anything in any of the reveals at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not a matter of like, oh, that proves them wrong. It's a matter of where's the mentality of the higher ups at Sony if they legitimately think that none of the things they would have revealed in that would have been good IPs, and they have
it's
and
literally
they don't have enough.
A case of it's literally, and I know I joke about this all the time because it's Bottle's fucking catchphrase, but like it's literally just, what do you mean? What do you fucking mean?
No, it's true. It is. It's like, what do you mean?
What are you talking about? What are you talking
about?
Yeah.
The gall that they say that they don't have enough IPs when they consistently get the biggest numbers in the fucking industry, especially with God of War, which is their main exclusive other than Spider-Man. They have Spider-Man and God of War, and it's two of the most successful video game franchises in the current day, and they have the gall to say this.
They also released probably the most successful Final Fantasy game to come out.
That too! FF16! Oh my, they have Final Fantasy too!
Yeah.
Yeah, they have Final Fantasy.
I don't think they have Final Fantasy anymore.
They had Final Fantasy.
I mean, after that statement, I wouldn't want to work with them either. Anyway.
That's true. Listen,
it's insane to me. It really just
Hearts.
is.
It is Kingdom Hearts.
They had Kingdom fucking Hearts.
Yeah. It is pure insanity to me that they could even think that. Because you know what? Whether you want to say it reflects on their, like, the faith that they have in the games that they're showing off or what have you. But it just makes them sound like whiny babies.
Yeah.
That they're, like, frustrated that they can't compete with, like,
we
Nintendo.
Don't have enough IPs. We're not able to do all this stuff. We don't have anything to show for it. Anyway, buy our $700 console.
That too. My
Suck
God.
my dick.
They literally put out an ad not that long ago that showed PS5 Pro footage next to PS5 footage, and they're like, "Look at the difference." And I'm like, "That looks the fucking same to me."
It's literally that fucking meme from The Office of just they're the same picture.
Yeah, they are the same.
It's like when you
picture.
It's like when you sit in a fucking Dolby theater at fucking AMC, and they go, "This is black. This is black on a Dolby," and it's like, yeah, I guess there's a difference, but like, I'm here to watch red and gold Iron Man. I'm not like
I'm here to watch.
Maybe if I was watching a Batman movie, sure. I mean,
yeah, literally.
I'm just saying, like, I don't like. I get what you're saying, but
I'm still,
like,
dumbfounded by it.
It's one of those things where it's like, why are you like when you're striving for the most minute changes? Who are you appealing to? Because if you're trying to appeal to the niche audience that's so engrossed in that, because they exist, you know, there are people that are so engrossed in those details that, like, they fucking care. Those are the people that are going to buy the PS5 Pro, by the way. But, like, if you're applying to that niche audience, you're not making as much money as you think you're making, as opposed to just trying to, like, that's why Nintendo works, because they attribute everything to the overall market. They are not trying to harness the power of the strongest fucking possible shit in order to cater to the biggest. Like, no, they're just making a console that is available to a full family. The reason why the Wii was such a successful console is because all the ads were your grandpa can play, which is fucking great, because no other console ever marketed to your fucking grandparents. Like, and you think it's silly to do so, but that's insanely more money making than just trying to fucking cater to a market of, look how good our game looks.
That's the
Also,
thing, too. Like,
you cannot justify to me, because listen, I joke that there's no difference. There is a difference. The game is slightly darker and the reflections look better. But that doesn't constitute a $200 upcharge. Yeah. And if you're really going to say that you think you're going to make enough money off of this, that it will justify the technology, right? That you're gonna break even. You are sorely mistaken, because I guarantee you the people that are going to buy the PS5 Pro are the people that are going to GameStop, trading in their PS5, and then buying it at a hugely discounted price.
I also will add with that too.
Also,
no disk drive when the disk drive.
That is also
the
garbage.
disk drive
about to say
model
that.
was the more expensive model of the original PS5.
It was.
And I'm gonna say, not only is it a $200 upgrade, but it's a $200 upgrade with an additional $200 if you want the disk drive and the fucking stand.
Oh, I forgot about the stand.
The stand is separate. Are you fucking mental?
If I've ever had a worse relationship with anything in capitalism, it is fucking stands. Dude, it's like I'm fighting a JoJo character out here. Fucking Apple started this whole crazy fucking thing of, look at this stand for this fucking shitty computer. It's already an overpriced computer. Here's an overpriced stand. And the other day I went, hey, what's Wacom's newest display tablet model? Wow, it's like $3,500. That makes sense. But at least their tablets are pretty good. Oh, the stand is separate for $350. What the fuck? Why am I becoming Lewis Black over fucking stands? Listen. All right.
Hey man, the Xbox never needed a stand. Just saying. Xbox, Xbox stay winning.
That shit's a fucking rectangular prism.
Xbox One,
Listen,
Xbox 360.
That's just a brick.
Never needed a stand. Xbox stay winning.
Yeah, but at least my PlayStation never fucking killed itself.
Fuck you, Steve. My Xbox Arcade, it never died.
Bro, I just can't.
My phone is
listen,
burning.
I love
Oh my God.
the thing that I love about Xbox is that it's backwards compatible, which it has in spades over the PlayStation model, because they still do not comprehend that all we want is to put a PS3 disc in my PS5 to play the game again.
That's wild. It's like, how do you not
is
fucking
crazy.
figure that shit out?
And I understand
Genuinely.
that there is a difference in the disc in slight ways. Like, it's not just a standard Blu-ray disc anymore like the PS3 was. So it's a little more complicated. But at the same time, I guarantee you the amount of money you're funneling into the PS5 Pro no disc ass bullshit, you could just take and push it somewhere else. And that
drive?
somewhere else could be backwards compatibility for your fucking... If they released a PS5 Pro and they said it's got a disc drive and it's backwards compatible,
I would buy that shit in a
me.
second.
You got me
insane.
coming
That
in the
would be
disc
worth
drive, and then I'll have to
$700.
buy another one because I broke the PS5. But I will be there day one because I just want to play Sonic Unleashed again on a console. And I
want to play Sonic Unleashed on a console that can handle it.
Listen,
Yeah, right?
I can't fathom the amount of fumbling. The picture I always see now is so true that the past month for PlayStation has been, it's so over. We're so back. It's so over. We're so back. Like, it has been the biggest whiplash I have ever fucking seen. Meanwhile, Sonic is over here. We're so back. We're so back. We're so back. We're so back.
Yeah, let's move on to Sonic now.
Oh, true.
Please, let us
This
move
is-
on to
this
Sonic
is-
Central.
Oh, I'm
This is your
sweating. I don't know
guys'
how. I don't know how
reality.
Lewis Black does it.
One last thing.
This is
One
your
last
guys'
thing really quick.
field. I got
Okay,
nothing.
yeah.
Really small. I promise you. I also agree with you about the disc thing because I mean, like the PS5 discs just don't taste as good as the PS3 ones. I don't know. What you
It's
guys are
true.
feeling about
It's
that.
true.
It's just not as good, man.
Oh,
Anyway.
God.
It doesn't have as much of the blue flavor
Yeah,
as the PS3
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Oh,
I agree with
shit.
you on that. Anyway.
Yeah, it's got Bluetooth.
Speaking of blue, Sonic.
What?
Yeah, so Sonic Central just happened, and I think it's one of the most hype. I think I was more hype at this Sonic Central than any PlayStation State of Play this year.
Yeah. Dude, no. Well, I can tell you up front right now. Of course, no PlayStation State of Play had fucking Mephiles in it.
Yeah.
What the fuck? How are we seeing Mephiles in
Dude,
2024?
that's
wild shit.
I-
shit.
I will not lie. Definitely there was some cool shit in it. I was pretty flatlined for the first half of it. A lot of it I was just like, okay, cool.
I mean, yeah,
whatever.
but that.
But like when we actually
there's always
when we hit the good stuff,
Yeah.
then we hit the
No,
good stuff.
let me say, there always is in a Sonic Central. There's always the section that you're just like, all right, whatever. I just appreciate that they got like the Lego stuff, the merch stuff, just like information on like
awesome.
products. They finally figured out, okay, let's get that shit out of the way in the beginning.
Yeah, no,
because that's not the stuff that
it.
people care about
I get it,
enough.
yeah.
Yep.
Also, I mean, listen, I have not put money into the Lego Sonic line as much as I characteristically would, but also I just don't have any space to put them. So the day will come where I fucking do the massive Lego purchase of all the sets available, and just go nuts.
See, Pete.
But I need that Bio Lizard.
Yeah.
Same, dude.
It will sit on my desk in front of me.
Pete, see, Pete, I understand your qualms. I understand your pains, but in a bit of a different way, because you guys know I collect a lot of figures and a lot of shit like that. Lego is like my one thing I'm like hard set on. I do not get into this. I do not do this because I will not be able to help myself. Well, this set has Sonic winking, and I won't have that one then. So it's like I just have to act. I haven't gotten any of the Animal Crossing sets, and there's like 2 sets with Isabelle. Understand that this is a lot for me.
Yeah.
Dude, listen, I said to Bottles the other day, like, if they release a Lego egg carrier set, that it will be
It's
as
over.
priced. Even if they price it as much as the Lego Star Destroyer, because it would be. It's based on piece count, so it would be. If they release a Lego egg carrier, I'm buying it no matter the price.
Can I add?
I'm buying 3 of them.
Can I add to that?
I will take out a small loan of $1 million, and
Oh my god.
I will add to that. If they made a kit that was Metal Overlord, I would bite.
Dude.
If they could do BioWizard, they could do
1000%.
that. It would probably be
They
like
could do a Metal
$100+
Overlord.
kit, but like I would do it.
A Lego Metal Overlord would fuck, dude.
Yeah.
the Lego Metal
That's what you'll
Overlord
get me
fucks.
on, but as of right now, no.
Listen, listen. That Lego BioLizard has my heart.
It looks good.
I do also. If they release Lego egg carrier, I'm on it. Lego Perfect Chaos would be really funny.
That
I don't know how they would do that.
It would be cool, but it'd be really funny because it'd be all transparent blue pieces. Unless they do what
They
I
could do,
feel
like-
is the inferior Generations
Yeah, I was
design.
gonna say they could do the armored scale design from Generations.
I hate the Generations design. I really wish that if they were gonna do. I think if they were gonna do Unreal style fucking Perfect Chaos, give me what we saw in the opening of SA1, where it's clearly just water, just really dense. I don't like the scales because it doesn't formally make sense in how Chaos functions. Especially in that fight where he just keeps going under and coming back up because he's just water and like brain matter maybe, but like it's never like shown that that's also not liquid. Like he's meant to be all liquid.
The design
and it
because
feels
I think
weird.
it is just a genuinely cool design, but I do agree that it's inferior
It's
to
neat
the...
in shape. I just don't like the green is a bit overbearing too. There's like way too much
there's a lot
neon
of
green.
there.
Like, listen, it's not like so bad that it's like ew, like we all the time. Like, I love seeing the fight. I was so happy to see it in Generations.
one of my favorite
And
boss
the
fights. I
remix
think it
of
is my
Open
favorite
Heart
boss
is great.
in the game.
But I think, legitimately speaking, if they were going to make a Lego set, just give me transparent blue pieces.
Yeah.
Because it'd be really funny to build. But the Lego sets are cool. Chow Tails.
Yeah, that was
He's gonna
one
be
other
so
thing I was
cute.
like, yeah, that's I'm
Chow
looking
Tails
forward
was
to
pretty
that.
cool.
I'm so
like
excited for Chow Tails.
Any kind
Dark
of challenge
Beginnings.
element is cool.
Oof.
We need to talk about Dark
Woof.
Beginnings.
Oh my god.
Oh yes.
We can talk about Sonic X Shadow all the ding dong day, but we need to talk about Dark Beginnings
Woof.
right now.
All right, I need to preface this right off the bat before we even fucking go into anything else regarding Dark Beginnings. There is one thing involving Dark Beginnings that I have to mention.
Okay.
Okay.
Kirk's delivery of yelling Maria is the best one we've ever gotten.
It is the best
good.
one. Yeah,
it is
by
the
far.
best Maria yell we've ever gotten. Kirk is 1,000,000% killing it as Shadow.
Yeah, all
now.
they had to do
To
was
the
tell
point-
him about Shadow.
Yeah, all they had to do was tell him Shadow's backstory, and that immediately clicks at how he should portray him. This is the best he's ever sounded, and it's gotten to the point where I'm like, if he keeps this up and keeps going like this, he's locked in as my favorite Shadow, like 100%.
He is very slowly
fantastic.
getting there.
We also have the hard confirmation of exactly where Maria was shot.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
dude,
goddamn.
that shot is brutal.
There is so much beautiful cinematography.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely amazing. The
in
fucking
this.
the fucking footwork in the fight between Shadow and Gizoid.
Oh,
wild
man.
shit, dude.
They actually, someone from the team actually tweeted out like, "Hey, we're gonna put up behind the scenes stuff after the whole animation's released. What do you
fuck
guys want to
yes.
see?" And I'm like, "You need to put the Emerald fight. I need to see the
100%.
behind the scenes.
100%.
I need to understand the camera work you did. I'm sure that when it was a close up, they just had the model in its own area, just right up to the camera. But I need to see it. I just want to see because they use Blender, which is insane to me. Because
really
and listen, you can tell that it's this. The funny thing is like the animation of the movements is really good, but as soon as they're standing still trying to fucking talk,
You can
like
tell
when
it's-
Maria's at the window, I'm like, oh god, you can tell that it's 3D painted over.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And
I'm
not
like,
in,
oh,
like,
look, a fucking Hatsune Miku model.
yeah, it's not even necessarily like a disgusting bad. It's just a whoa, that is a difference from
Yeah.
like the cool fucking movement we've seen. But I will say, since the teaser, even now, I stand by one of the best shots I've ever seen in anything Sonic is the running away from Maria.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
zoom out of Maria is
Incredible.
so
It's so
fucking
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it has so much weight. It has so much beauty. Like
Can we talk
there's-
about
Can
Can we talk about the fucking like horror movie shot of Gerald
the
sitting in
the
the chair?
firing squad?
Holy shit!
Yeah.
If you play frame by frame, you see them pull the fucking trigger.
The
It's
firing
wild.
squad referenced in 2024.
Holy shit, dude!
A detail I liked about the Emerald fight too was that
Mhm.
when they're fighting, there's no music. It's just
Yeah.
hard sound effects.
It's
and, like,
awesome.
I think that was a really cool choice they did with that.
Dude,
Another amazing attention to detail about that fight, and this really goes to show that like they fucking did their research and studied everything. Emerald doesn't spin dash until after Shadow does.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
That's actually
Oh,
something I was
that's
gonna bring
actually really
up.
cool.
Yeah,
He
it's sick.
every move that Shadow does, Emerald immediately copies.
yeah,
Every punch, every kick, everything.
it's so good,
That's
dude.
so
the attention
wild.
to detail. Also, the moon.
Yeah.
They fucking
Yeah.
showed the moon.
Yeah.
They remembered that the moon blew up.
Yeah, they literally find. They remembered he pissed on it.
It's so funny. I made the comment because I was streaming it on Discord to our buddy Jordan, and I made the comment to him. I was just like, I guess the moon turned around again.
Yeah. Dude, I love and Bottles because we watched the animation together, so Bottles is a witness and can attest to it. I tried so hard not to lose my shit laughing when Maria said Aurora Borealis.
Oh yeah. I mean yeah.
I mean, yeah.
This time of day.
This was also the first time where I really genuinely felt the connection between Shadow and Maria. Like I
Yeah,
know we've had
absolutely.
multiple games and like comic references and but this is the moment where like they really like this cast, this animation. I'm like, I get it. In this short bit of time, I fucking get how close Shadow was to Maria.
Yeah.
I mean, because other times we really don't get much time with Maria. Like, I would say the most that we got with most that we actually got with Maria is in Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even
this
then,
also-
you were mostly there doing a mission
And my
and
thing
not really.
I also
thing about
wait.
that, too,
Can I
is
just say
that-
something, Steve?
Yeah, God.
Let me just say this real quick. This is also the first time I feel, as far as I know, that we've seen Shadow and Maria interact directly about her illness and about
Yes.
Shadow's purpose. Like
Yes.
the fact that they had this real conversation where he's like, "Hey, you can't, over extend yourself with your illness," and then he has the fucking moment. It's like, "I'm supposed to be your cure."
Yep.
It's like this is like I'm like this is Sonic,
Yeah.
dude. This is the shit that we fucking want. The bit of Sonic fans don't know what we want. This is fucking it.
Yeah.
Unify my brothers. Unify my brothers and sisters in arms.
It's also a
This is what we want.
With Shadow too, because it's like I feel like for a period of time, we haven't seen the Shadow we knew in like SA2 for the longest time, and now finally with this, I thought that since that clip came out, we're like that's Shadow. That's
It
him.
I
wasn't
felt the same
like,
way. I'm like, this
it-
feels like Shadow. It
was
feels like Shadow
never-
again.
SA2 Shadow especially was such a good character because it was never truly about the whole fucking ambiguity they made him have later. He wasn't ambiguous. He had a purpose and he was trying to serve that purpose with everything that he fucking knew. And unfortunately, he was in a fucking cryostasis for 50 fucking years. So he didn't know much about what was going on in SA2. He just knew that he had a mission and he was trying to carry it out. And that's why he was the way he was. He wasn't a fucking anti-hero for the sake of being an anti-hero. He wasn't an anti-hero because he hated Sonic. He didn't fucking know Sonic. He just looked at Sonic and went, who the fuck are you? Like...
That blue hedgehog again of all places.
Yep. Exactly. Like,
I found you, faker!
He doesn't give a shit. And so, like, when they started going, like, is he good or is he evil? It's like, he's Shadow the Hedgehog. he just wants Maria back.
Yeah.
He just, like...
Although I have one complaint. He didn't beat the shit out of Tails, 0 out of 10.
That's true.
Very true.
There's still 2 more parts.
Oh shit!
And the other ones take place in the present.
Yeah.
Also,
I gotta say,
can I
man.
say how happy I am that we're gonna get more Team Dark
Yes,
stuff?
please.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, after the whole fucking debacle of Azuka being like, Team Dark's not real.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck you talking about? You had a whole entire story with them.
Legitimately. Like, I was so... Like, as someone whose favorite character was Shadow and Omega, the fact that they really, after Sonic 06, tried to say Team Dark isn't a thing, I'm like, you're literally just not paying attention.
That one shot of Omega dragging his fucking arm
Yeah,
cannon.
that's exactly what I was talking about.
Oh my
Yes.
god.
Such a good shot.
That, once again, that's peak.
He's a hefty boy with a hefty gun.
Omega's so cool.
Like, I can't.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. it just really, it feels so good to actually feel like this again regarding Sonic the Hedgehog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I'm proud of you. I'm
And
proud
I
for
can
you
even-
guys.
It's like if you showed me this animation,
Phil, can I tell
happy
you
for
that
you
one of the
guys.
funniest things you ever
happy
said
for you
to
guys.
me in our group
Yes,
chat
I know
was
exactly
that
what it
being
is.
in a group chat, it's like being in a group chat with a bunch of Sonic fans is like being the straight ally at the Pride Parade.
Yeah, you're just happy for your friends. You're like, yeah, you guys know you did it. Woo. I'm so proud of you guys. I support all your decisions. Except for the fan fictions. Don't do the fan fictions, please. I beg you.
I can't wait for them to finally fucking legalize Sonic marriage. It's
It's gonna be so over.
Can I finally marry Amy Rose?
No,
Please?
stop it.
I wonder how many people are going to line up to Mary Rouge. Probably almost
Oh
everybody.
man,
Peter,
sign me
Jordan.
up.
I'm
Sign
fucking
me
the
up.
bat,
I'm already
Steve.
dived in there, man. Come on.
I'm fucking the bat.
Fucking the bat.
I'm fucking the bat.
That's it.
Steve.
I'm fucking the bat, Ted.
I'm fucking the bat, Ted. I'm fucking the bat, Pete. Yeah, man. Sports.
Gotta fuck the bat.
Sports.
I don't know. Sonic's cool.
What do you fucking mean
Sonic's
sports? We're in a
cool.
fucking gaming podcast. You think we know about sports?
Sonic is cool. I don't know, man. Omega's dope. I actually do find it as someone. I'm not saying for outside looking in because I've played Sonic games before, but I do think that I do find it crazy that like all of this stuff is happening as like the Shadow promotion. Like,
Yeah.
it's like we're
I
getting this
also think
massive
it's-
Shadow game. By the way, here's all this other stuff. Like, whoa.
Yeah, it's really funny that they gave us Shadow the Hedgehog 2 and they just happened to drop a Sonic Generations remaster with it.
Yeah, literally though.
it literally is.
It's funny, right? Because like when this game was like leaked or rumored, it was like, oh, what the fuck is that gonna be, man? And I could have never imagined how fucking insane
Yeah.
this turned out, man.
Especially
so-
since like when
God.
when I was hearing that they were gonna be making a Sonic Generations remake, because like we kind of knew that was kind of in the works. There was like a lot of rumors about it and like potential leaks. And I remember hearing, oh, they're gonna make like a Sonic Colors Ultimate for Sonic Generations, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
And now I'm not fucking asking why.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't care.
yeah,
When
I mean,
I-
like,
when I first
originally
heard it-
we thought it was just like going to be like another like remaster. Oh, great! We really didn't need it, but thanks. And
again-
then now we have everything.
Sonic Generations is my favorite Sonic game, and it's one of my favorite video games of all time. So having a Sonic Generations remaster on modern consoles would have been enough for me already. But when I saw the leaks and it saw the specific one I saw, it said Sonic Generations remaster with new Shadow content. And I'm like, okay, that could be cool, kind of like an episode Shadow like Forces did. Never in a million years would I have expected that led to me seeing Black Doom, Mephiles, and Metal Overlord again.
Yeah,
literally.
Like, what the
and
fuck?
the same length of base generations, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
Like,
talking.
if
we're
you-
talking. I don't even know the way that they describe it. I don't even know if it's the same length as generations in just base, or like it might be more for completing. Like it
Yeah.
might literally be more than normal generations on the completion side, especially with the fact that you can find like hidden chows and shit, and we don't even know what that does.
Yeah, we don't know what the point of that
We
is.
don't know what the fucking point of it is. Like, we
Probably-
don't know
As far,
how
well,
extensive
as
it is.
far as we
My-
know, though, the Hidden Chow thing is only in Sonic Generations, not in the Shadow.
Yeah.
But still, like,
No, still, it's cool.
the additional bonus content, adding what it does, and on top of that, like, Shadow has like a very more open hub world than Sonic Generations did.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, God knows how long completing the game's gonna be, and I'm
There's
not
also-
expecting like a 60-hour game, but like
Mm-hmm.
Base Generations takes me like 2 hours to play through normally,
Yeah.
and then like maybe a day to complete, depending on how long it takes me to get through all the missions.
Yeah, how long it takes me to do specifically the
Like-
Vector one, yeah.
But like the thing is that like with a fully open world, like the amount of different things they can put there, like God damn, dude, like
Especially
I am-
when utilizing the Doom powers and making traversal so much
I am-
more than Shadow's base moveset.
And you better believe I'm bringing Shadow Generations to Dogwater. You
Oh,
better
yeah.
believe day one I'm on that goddamn grind. I am
So
finding the
is-
fastest path, the best movement.
So is
like
the
I
next,
am on it.
Is the next SGMR gonna feature Shadow the Hedgehog?
Unfortunately, that may
I'm-
not be the case.
I am going to confirm right now there are no plans for a future Sonic Generations marathon race at this moment.
Fair enough.
There are plans for another thing.
This is true.
That is true.
But
What
there
is
is not
it?
plans for another Sonic Generation.
We're not gonna tell you yet.
Damn
I
it.
can't tell you yet. I still have to do a bunch of stuff, and we have to call up our banks and tell them we're quitting.
Huh?
We're quitting the bank.
We're quitting the bank.
Quitting the bank.
But the deal breaker and what'll make it a 0 out of 10, regardless for me, is they have a second chance to make things right. And if they use the same god awful fucking boring music for the Time Eater fight instead of like Sonic Boom by Crash 40, I'm gonna fucking break someone's neck.
While we're at it, why don't we just remake the Time Eater fight?
Yeah, that's
Please.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
See-
I don't think I would be that disappointed if
Please?
if you decided to just kind of fuck that right off.
I still don't know how I beat it.
Me neither.
I don't know how I beat it without
S-ranked
getting
on.
hit.
I S-ranked it on hard mode, and I still have no idea how that
I
fight
got the
works.
achievement. I got the achievement without taking any hits.
Yeah.
I don't know how I did that.
Yeah.
I'm glad we all have
There's
that
an achievement
universal,
to beat it
like,
without
how
taking a
does
hit.
Time Eater work?
I've never played that game
I have
before.
no idea, dude.
Listen,
Dude, the
listen. My thing is, I don't necessarily believe they're gonna fucking redo a full fucking boss fight, mainly
of
because
course not.
like,
Of course not.
mainly because like I don't even think they redid Generations. If I'm being honest with you, you look at the
Base
screenshots,
Generation
it's
seems unchanged. The only thing they
Yeah.
really changed is like they enhanced Sonic's moveset to include the
well, they
drop dash,
changed,
and they
and they-
changed
they
the
changed the
control scheme
controls.
to be the Frontiers
Yeah.
control scheme.
but like I don't like graphically, it looks the same, which is fine because the Generation still looks good.
They
but
also
I
added
just think
chows in the opening cutscene.
I just don't think that they did much. Anyway, my point being that all they need to do is change an audio file. Like, please, that
Yeah.
fight could have been fine if they just. I mean, they gave us the fucking live and learn wow, and then
Yeah.
they just didn't. They did nothing with it. They went into Sonic 4.
Yeah.
Why did they do that to me?
To be fair, though, at the very least, you have the jukebox. You can change the music. So I always go into that final fight with Live and Learn.
Yeah, but the first time you play through it, you have to fucking listen to that fucking shit,
Yeah.
and it just bam, damn, bam, 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 it's like a homing shot.
I like how that's part of the soundtrack.
Homing shot.
Anyway.
Listen, I'm so excited for this game,
Me too.
and I'm gonna feel like a little kid again. I'm gonna call out work, and I'm gonna.
Well, you know what they say. Sega does when Nintendo don't.
They're gonna know too. They're gonna be like, Peter, why'd you ask for off on the 25th of October? Wow.
Oh, you see.
If you'll check your calendar, I marked
I'm
it.
a little bit of a rapscallion myself. Yeah, man.
Dude, you don't
A
think
bit
they'd
of a-
already know? They're all fucking gamers where we work.
Oh, dude, they're gonna know.
Ah,
They're gonna know for about a movie like.
What's
even
wild to
I'm
me
not-
even
too-
the
I'm
even the
not
guy
working
I know, wink.
thinking
Probably.
about that trailer, the most wild thing to me was the ending where Time Eater fucks with everything and brings back Maria and Gerald. And I'm just like,
Oh, dude.
I'm sitting there watching that, and my first reaction was, oh my god, that's crazy. And my second reaction was, oh my god, the game's about time travel. How did nobody think this is a possibility? How did nobody figure this out? Why didn't this dawn on anybody's mind?
Well, we also had to figure that they needed more people to fill Shadow's white world to make it different from Sonic's.
Yeah, so it would
Yeah.
make sense to be Maria and Gerald.
I do
Like-
wonder how that's gonna play out.
Yeah, me too.
I love that image of Omega standing in the fucking void waiting to be picked up by his mom. Like,
Mom,
he's
I'm
just-
scared. Come pick me up.
wow.
Yeah, but everything that has been shown about this game just makes me more and more excited for it, to the point where I'm like, I just want it in my hands. I just want it already. Please.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking happy. And the worst part is that we don't know Sonic's future after this game aside from the movie.
Yeah.
And it scares me because like Sega has fumbled bigger bags, you know. Sega had so much going for them at one point in time with Sonic, and they dropped it.
True, but at this point, we just gotta keep hope that they keep up the momentum. They already have a good friend. They already have a good thing going for them with the movies. They already have a good thing going for them with Sonic Shadow Generations. All they have to do now is, if they want to, come out with a new game. More specifically, could you bring out an RPG that would actually be interesting instead of what we got?
Also, like
Maybe don't give it to BioWare.
I already loved Keanu Reeves.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't need to love him more. You didn't have to do the game.
That's
Yeah.
wild. That is wild.
You didn't have to come in and voice it. Also, like, it's like weirdly like already one of his best perform. Like, I'm sorry, listen, I love Keanu, right? But like, there's sometimes in his movies where he is a little one note at times in his vocals in general, like how he speaks. But like when he goes like, "I've changed it to another form," I'm like, who got that out of it?
Yeah.
I love the post
Who
that
pulled-
someone made
Who pulled
that was
that
like,
out of him?
we have 3 shadows now: game shadow, movie shadow, and movie game shadow, or game movie shadow. And
Also,
2 of these are the same character. It's not the one you think.
I now can't wait to hear. I cannot wait to hear, like, Keanu Reeves yell Maria.
Alright, I think it's time.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve!
You want to get mad?
I have assumed the position.
Okay,
Because this is
so-
an audio
so-
podcast, I have leaned forward in my
So-
chair.
He's
So-
game
I
of
am
the week.
now
Game of the
right
week.
up
Oh shit!
against
Game the fuck
mic.
on, guys.
Shall I
time.
introduce this?
It's time for Steve
I'm
to
also
get
assuming.
angry.
I'm assuming position as well by turning the volume on my speaker.
But actually, you know what? Bottles,
Oh,
introduce this one because you're the one that added this.
Okay, so apparently it came out pretty recently from Toys for Bob that apparently there was a Crash Bandicoot 5 in the works. It was going to be a game that played a lot like Twinsanity, where it would have an open world Crash game, and it was going to introduce the rest of the Cortex family. We would have seen more stuff from Nina and Madame Amberleys, and it also would have been a fucking Spyro crossover. So not only would Crash have gotten a new game, but also Spyro, which is something that people have wanted since the fucking Reignited trilogy. And then we found out because of the layoffs and budgetary things, gone. Canceled. And let me tell you, as someone who has been researching, in particular, canceled Crash games, because I do releasing the unreleased, why does this keep fucking happening? This is the third time that they fucking introduced an open world Crash game just for them to trash it.
I want to make one thing perfectly clear.
Oh no. Sephiroth's come.
Crash... Cloud. Crash Insanity is one of my favorite Crash Bandicoot games. Crash Bandicoot 4 is one of my favorite Crash Bandicoot games. In fact, they are number 2 and 3, specifically behind Crash 2. And I have to say that getting a game that looks, feels, and plays like Crash 4, but with the locales, settings, and characters of Crash Insanity, is a fucking dream come true. We would have gotten to see the rest of Cortex's family. We would have gotten not only to see more of Nina, but she would have been playable. We got to see even more of the Academy of Evil than we already did. We would have gotten the return of Madame Amberly, a character who has only appeared in Crash Insanity. We would have gotten a sick fucking treasure-filled lair featuring Tiny Tiger as a boss in the most menacing design the motherfucker has ever had. And on top of that, behind the scenes during all of this, Uka Uka is pulling some sort of bullshit to gather ancient celestial dragons from Spyro's universe to cause havoc, which leads to the two crossing over and having them go back and forth between Crash's world and Spyro's world to save the day, stop Uka Uka's bullshit, and just figure out a way to stop it and go home safely. Now, I need to preface that I also love Spyro the Dragon. And everything about this just feels perfect. It is the perfect continuation of both series. And some people, sure, would be upset, like, oh, why does Spyro always have to get tied to Crash? Why can't he get his own thing? I get that. But at the same time, you can't deny that this isn't a huge deal. People have wanted a Crash and Spyro crossover for years, and all we got was a shitty fucking GBA minigame collection. Here, we would have gotten an actual full platformer. It would have been open world. It would have amazing, great designs. If you've seen the fucking concept art, it's wild, it's crazy, it's amazing. And Activision decides, no, we won't be making this game because Crash Bandicoot 4 did not meet our expected sales quota. Crash Bandicoot 4, for those who need a refresher, was released in 2020 during a little something called coronavirus pandemic. Not sure if you heard of it. It was kind of a big event that shut everything down for a while. So the game released during that pandemic. It released up against a fucking Call of Duty game, by the way. And it still sold over 5 million copies. What the fuck were you expecting? What about that was not enough for you? Over 5 million copies releasing during a fucking global pandemic against one of the most well-known video game series in general, being Call of Duty. And it still did incredibly well. But you're like, oh, it didn't do as well as Crash Insane Trilogy. Yeah, because Crash Insane Trilogy released, not in a global pandemic and was half the fucking price. And released not against anything. So yeah, of course it's not going to do as much. But still, 5 million copies, over 5 million copies, is a pretty big fucking deal. But that, apparently, for the people, the higher-ups at Activision, that wasn't enough. And it was, in fact, so much of not enough that they had to pull the plug on what could have possibly been the best fucking Crash Bandicoot game we ever could have gotten. And here we are, sitting here, talking about this, once again, witnessing the fucking death of Crash and Spyro again. I do not want to go another decade without this fucking series. I went through it once, it was hell, I can't do it again.
At least the last time that Crash Bandicoot and Spyro died, if you want to use that terminology. At least last time they died because their franchises were just not good anymore.
Yeah.
This time, they ended on a fucking high note and claimed it was bad. Yeah. Mind you, can I also, on top of it selling 5 million copies, Toys for Bob and Activision themselves, I actually just looked it up right now and found an article talking about it, literally said when the game came out that it sold better than expected.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, it was nominated for Best Family Game at the 2020 Game Awards. What else do you want?
Yeah. No, see.
Oh no, he's getting there.
Phil, you need to understand that, like, I have layers of anger, and when I'm at my most angry, it's calm, seething rage. I am furious. I am ready to punch a hole in a fucking wall over this. You don't understand.
I think this is literally... I think you can agree with me, Steve. Mm-hmm. I think this is the angriest I've ever been at a game cancellation because it's just so unwarranted.
Me too. This is the most angry I've ever been at a game cancellation. There is legitimately no reason for it. No reason whatsoever.
I mean, there is a reason. They're just not saying it.
Yeah.
They don't want to shell out the money for a platformer because Activision is convinced that single-player platformers can't do the job when it comes to sales.
Yeah.
So they wanted to downsize because Activision and Microsoft had those huge layoffs where like half the industry got laid off. And they just didn't want to pay the fucking people. That's what it comes down to. It doesn't come down to Crash 4 didn't perform enough because for a fucking 3D platformer that was a sequel to a game that came out a decade prior, it did phenomenal. It came out to critical acclaim. One was nominated for awards, won a couple awards, and you're going to come out here and say, oh, it didn't perform well. That's just absolutely a bold-faced lie and just to cover up the fact that you don't want to pay your employees.
And what's more upsetting about the whole fucking thing, about the Crash 5 cancellation, about how upsetting it was that this amazing game will never be made, I think the most disappointing thing out of all of it was the fate of Toys for Bob in general.
Yeah.
Because we know how that ship sailed. We know what happened there. We know that story. We've seen that song and dance. We know what happened. We know that they lost 80% of their fucking employees.
Hell, we talked about it on a previous podcast.
We know that they lost most of their people. We know that they lost... that they had to end up going indie. They went independent, which honestly is the best case scenario. They broke away from that. Now they can work with anybody. But like, you cancel what would have been an incredible sequel to one of your best-selling Crash games in general, and then fucking nuke the company for no reason other than blind, pure greed. And that makes me want to vomit. It genuinely makes me sick. Because at that point, you've proven that you don't care about the people who work for you. You don't care about the developers who put their heart and soul, and you don't care about the consumer. You only care about what makes money. You don't care about what people want. You don't care about the desires of these developers to tell a good story. You just want to shill out the next Call of Duty game because everybody and their fucking mother plays Call of Duty, and you know it makes money despite it being the same goddamn game every fucking time it comes out.
That's why they keep making it, because it's super cheap to make, because they don't have to make any new fucking assets.
Exactly. All that matters to you is money. You don't care about anything else other than money. So, if that's the case, why would you, if you just want to make money, okay, let's do some math real quick, okay? I'm gonna do some math, okay? Now, keep in mind, these Crash Bandicoot sales that I've talked about, the 5 million copies, okay, is PlayStation alone. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that is a lot of copies for one console. Because it was released on that console. And it was priced at $60, okay? That's $300 million. I'm going to say that again. That is $300 million from a game that released in a global pandemic, a platformer that released in a global pandemic against a Call of Duty game. How is that not enough for you? How? That makes no fucking sense whatsoever. If you really don't think that was enough, after you admit to saying that it exceeded your expectations, then what was the fucking point?
Spitting facts.
I'm so tired of the blatant disrespect the Crash Bandicoot series gets.
I'm gonna
From
bring it out into
hundreds
a
of
broader sense.
cancellations.
I'm gonna bring it out to a broader sense and say I'm sick of the blatant disrespect that video game companies have for their consumers.
Yeah.
Like the fact that, like, and this is gonna make me sound like such an idiot, but I don't give a fuck. I was literally watching a video by fucking Foamy the Squirrel of all fucking places. Because I was just curious to see what was going on. And recently, they made a video about how video games fucking suck now. Like, talking about, like, how day one patches are terrible. And, like, they're awful. And it's like, it's honestly the type of thing where it's like, how do you keep getting away with this? At a certain point, at what point does, like, the Better Business Bureau or the Federal Trade Commission have to step in and be like, you're selling people dog shit?
Yeah.
You're selling people dog shit saying you're going to fix it later. Like, between the fix it later mentality, blatantly just lying to their customer base, saying that things don't sell well when they do, and they've admitted that it does. You know, getting rid of studios that they have no right to fucking lay off. You cannot tell me that Microsoft, one of the biggest companies of all time, not because they just do Xbox, but also because they have the biggest line of personal computers in the fucking world. You can't tell me they don't have enough money to pay their employees. You can't convince me. There is no convincing me of this. And this goes for any company. This goes for Sony. This goes for Nintendo. Not that Nintendo does it, but this goes for Sony. This goes for Microsoft. You can't tell me that you don't make enough money, because you do. If I'm going to be real.
That's another thing, right? With all the money that Microsoft makes and all the money that they have and gain over the years from everything they fucking do, you have enough money to buy all of these other companies and merge with them. And then you just fire more than half of them?
Yeah, it's like, why even take them?
What was the fucking point of purchasing them if you're just going to let them all go? At that point, you're just burning money.
Yeah.
What is fucking wrong with you? What is your problem? Why would you put in the money? Which, by the way, the fucking Microsoft Activision merger was like a couple $2 billion. Why would you put in billions of dollars to acquire these studios just to let the people go and shut these smaller studios that work within the studios down?
And like this happens.
Is it just to acquire a couple of IP? Is it just to acquire a couple of IPs you wanted? Buy the fucking IPs.
I also think it.
I guarantee that would have cost significantly less than buying the entire fucking company.
there is something to say that I think there's also probably a stock market value that plays into it too. Like they are also taking on whatever investors invested in, say, Activision, and therefore when they close Activision, they that stuff I think defers to Sony as a asset.
Yeah, but at the same time, when it comes down to it, they're trying to take this thing as this is going to be a major game because they're going to get huge IPs like Overwatch, World of Warcraft, even though they don't support it anymore, StarCraft, and of course all the Call of Duties and everything like that. What this has done is actually lower their profit margin, and their investors are not happy.
Yeah, no. Like the state of investors right now, like nobody's happy.
I'm going to say something real quick.
No, for sure. But I do think that there's like a business decision that went in, much like a fucking tax write-off that like Warner Brothers would fucking do, where they went like, we can do this shit.
You're gonna make Steve angry.
I don't
know.
I don't think so.
He's
but
gonna
like,
turn into Blue Hulk.
But just to say a quick thing, there was a huge thing that just basically came out about Blizzard, about why everything is shit.
Oh, what they do now?
Now, and I'm not even talking about like, their whole entire office, whatever. No, I'm talking about why Overwatch 2 failed spectacularly as it did. Why everything is just like not good when it comes to their games anymore. And as you can all guess, it all comes down to Bobby Kotick and people who wanted money against people who wanted to make good games. Yeah. And unfortunately, this is the same type of problem that Microsoft has, where they're more focused on making a product or having a well-known product instead of a good game.
When it comes to Overwatch, I knew we were fucked when Jeff left.
Yeah.
They actually go over the reason why Jeff left.
Yeah. That was the moment where I'm like, oh man. Oh, Overwatch 2 is going to fucking blow. Me too.
Daddy Jeff left. Oh man.
That's when I'm like, that's when everything went to shit. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
As soon as I stopped hearing, "Hey, it's me, Jeff from the Overwatch team."
Yeah.
It was over. It was over, bro.
It was over.
And I don't blame the new guys that they put in charge. No, they're doing the best that they can with a pile of shit that is literally careening towards the Titanic and about to implode. Yeah. But I can't blame the new guys that are on there. But I don't understand how Microsoft saw, hey, you see this whole entire thing going on right now, right? Why would you buy them out and then not only make things worse, but then because y'all went ahead and wasted so much money, you did such mass layoffs for not only Blizzard, but your own company.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, even from like a business perspective, like if you want to say it has to do with like stocks or anything like that, like you're still spending billions of dollars to gain investors that won't have faith in you now because you just close half of your fucking studios.
Oh, and then let's not forget that they said they're not going to make any more consoles.
That too. And there's also going to be no other exclusives.
Yeah, so like
that's another thing too, is like what's the point? What is the point of buying all these companies if you're doing away with exclusives?
I honestly think there should be less exclusives.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
To be fair, because the only thing I see this as is it hurts the game more than it helps the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've seen this happen with freaking Final Fantasy. We've seen this happen with any of the Xbox stuff that's going on because that's been released. Because not many people bought an Xbox, even though the specs are superior. People always say the specs are superior, the specs are superior. That does not mean shit when you do not have the games to back it up. And because of that, and that being like, we're doing exclusives for our consoles, you're limiting your sphere of influence. The only reason why Nintendo gets to get away with it is because they have so many original IPs and they keep on releasing them at a specific time.
Yeah.
Everyone else doesn't have that luxury.
I would like.
I get. Sorry.
No, finish your point. Finish your point.
All right. I get what, because you have the system, you created the system to play those games. You want those games to be on your system, so buy your system. But at the same time, when all that's doing is limiting your amount of money, it just doesn't make sense to me.
I think the way I rationalize this topic specifically, and like obviously I ain't an expert. I ain't like. I'm an expert in video games, not an expert in like the business aspect of it, because I'm sure there's some things I just don't know, truthfully. To me, it always kind of comes off as when like Microsoft is buying all these companies, and maybe this is a bit of an uninformed take on it, and I'll acknowledge that if it is. It always just feels like a dick measuring contest.
Yeah.
Where it's just like.
Absolutely.
They buy all these companies, and then they're like, "Uh-oh, we can't actually afford all of these companies. Time to close. And it's just like it also just to me I imagine it's just like a place of just like. I don't think the higher ups know what people want.
No way. Absolutely no way.
It's becoming increasingly obvious.
Yeah. I mean,
The
like,
higher ups
like,
really don't know what.
Again, circle back to the fucking Smiling Friends episode.
Yeah, they're all just looking
You
at
know?
spreadsheets of just like, oh, this is what's big right now. We should market to this rather than think of the actual like work people want to put into something. And this extends both from video games, it extends into movies, it extends into all like of these art forms that have been basically made to be these money generating machines, because video games are like I think they still are like one of the biggest financial, like I'm not phrasing this properly, but you know what I'm saying. Like video games make a lot of fucking money, especially in the post COVID world, because everyone had time to play video games. It's been recorded that this is like just the truth, is that more people have been playing games now than ever.
Yep.
And it just comes off to me as old dudes who don't know what a lot of people like, and don't only see like, oh well, my nephew plays this Call of Duty game. We need to make 5 different first-person shooters and shit like that. And like, mind you, there are like obvious exceptions to this, because like they are putting out games that aren't just shit like that, but like you all know what I'm saying here. It's just a lot of like uninformed higher ups who are so looking at spreadsheets and like graphs and shit.
When it comes to like any like big presentation, like a Game Awards show or a Summer Game Fest or E3 when that was a thing, having like 5 different shooter games be showcased has become a fucking given. Like, that is your free space on your bingo card.
It's also crazy to me, like, these higher-ups don't know what, like, they just don't know what their customer base likes, and it shows because, like, it's so, like, if you paid attention for, like, 5 seconds, you would see that, like, people, both who are there in person or also in the fucking chats of your presentations, whenever one of those generic shooter games comes up, you know what they do? They boo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every time. Because it's like, look, if you're going to make a first-person shooter game, make it interesting. Make it unique. If you throw in hyper-realistic gun shooty McShooty Call of Duty Shooter Man number 70,000, we know what to expect, because there's literally thousands of games like this.
If you're gonna make a shooter game, make Borderlands.
Or Doom.
Yeah, or Doom.
You have a lot of different shooter games that are
Or
very
Metal
much...
Hellsinger.
that are very much like interesting. Stop with Call of Duty. Honestly, stop with Halo.
Oh yeah, stop with Halo. At this point, stop.
Please stop with Halo. You're beating that horse died like a decade ago.
It's not even a matter of if it's just like I don't know what you guys are doing with this fucking series, and just stop, please. At this point, just stop. I've had enough.
Like, stop
I'm
the Call
done.
of Duty. Stop the Call of Duty. Stop the Halo because you tried to bring that shit back. Did not work. Go with something more stylized. Yeah. Not saying that Halo isn't stylized, but Call of Duty stylized? I don't think so.
I just wanna if unless there's someone wants to speak more about it, I just want to leave off on the Activision talk on this because I feel like this will maybe say 1,000 words, and I know I'm just one guy, and this is a bit presumptuous to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway. The last Activision game I bought was Crash 4.
Same.
Yeah, I honestly can't.
Honestly,
I honestly can't think of it either. But like,
100% same.
I don't know what the last Activision game I bought was. Maybe Spyro.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you.
Exactly. Fucking exactly.
Spyro. You know what I mean? Last
Well,
Activision game I bought.
still, the point still stands.
Yep.
You want to know what all of us didn't say? Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
I mean, I've never played it.
I don't even remember the last Call of Duty game I bought.
don't you have to not even buy that shit anymore? Ain't the fucking online free or some shit now?
You have Call of Duty.
Well, I know. Funny enough, I know Halo Infinite.
You have God. You.
Yeah, Halo Infinite's
is free.
online is free
I
now.
don't know. Apparently, so
What?
it's kind of
No
kind
way.
of it's kind of funny because
No way.
as we're
No way.
what.
No, just go on. Just go on.
It's funny because funny enough, like Black Ops 6 is coming out, and it's apparently not a bad game, which is really funny to say. But I just through the grapevine, you know, that's what I've heard.
I misheard you. I thought you were talking about Halo Infinite's online.
Oh no, not Halo Infinite's online. I know Halo Infinite's online is like up and down sometimes, but for like
I thought you said it, I misunderstood. I thought you said it wasn't free anymore. I'm like, what the
no.
fuck? I mean,
It was for Call of Duty. I'm like, I have no idea.
My bad. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I don't know. I think it could be just. I think for this talk specifically, I think it's just a bunch of logistic stuff. Couldn't tell you. I think it's just a bunch of logistic stuff. Not saying we don't understand it, but there is some kind of like depth in logistics.
And if there is something that we're just blatantly missing, you could fucking correct us in the comments.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's like
again, I'm not an expert businessman.
Yeah.
I'm just a silly little dude who likes
Video
Crash
games,
Bandicoot.
yeah.
I don't want to be
You
an
know?
expert businessman. You kidding me? That sounds fucking lame.
Yeah, it's fucking.
I got too
boring
many
as
emotions
shit.
for that.
yeah.
I'm just a little goober who likes the funny orange marsupial that goes, whoa.
Is he a marsupial?
Listen, there's
Bandicoot's a marsupial.
there's a lot of times, and this is where I'm gonna leave my thoughts on everything, because we have been going for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But I do think that, like, if anyone in this group is going to try to talk about the business side, just because I'm realistic about it, you know, it's me. Like, I'm gonna be the one that will tell you, okay, from a business perspective, here's probably the thought process. But I'm never defending it necessarily. It's more so just like I only ever get that way when I see people acting like these companies have any emotional soul. You know what I mean? Where it's like, no, they're gonna make a move for money and for business and all that. It's like so it's never like, well, you gotta understand, guys. It's more like you need to understand because what you want is not going to happen that way. And it's not like, you know, get over it, kid. It's more so just like the times I see on Twitter when people just have these absurd beliefs like, how could they do this? And it's like, well, it's very simple, really. But this is one of those choices where it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't add up. You know what I mean? Like the choice to cancel this, like for everything that you guys listed, it doesn't add up, like legitimately speaking. Yep. So, like, I can't even stand here and go like again, it really is different because like there could be any number. I mean, like, we already know the whole bullshit with like movie studios and cancel movies where it's like, okay, it's a tax write-off. Like, yeah, it sucks, but at least you know the reason why they did it. It's really hard to stand by the reasoning of these choices when like it doesn't make any financial sense.
Yeah. Again.
Like, I welcome a financial business expert to come over to me and tell me for a fact why this choice was made and how it benefits the company overall.
Honestly, I would love to hear that too.
I don't know,
I
man.
welcome someone to come up and tell me, hey, this is and listen, I'm not going to sit here and act like it still doesn't suck. I'm just like, please tell me how it benefits.
So that way, at
'cause
least
I
we
really
can
don't
see the
understand
like,
how $300 million on PlayStation alone isn't enough.
like
Yeah,
I
during a
at least
pandemic.
want to see. I at least want to see what they are thinking, because
Right, I
maybe
just
if
wanna-
there's something that they're thinking about that we just don't see, hey, that's something that we can keep in the back pocket in the future. Like, oh well, they think of it this way instead of this way. But with how everything has gone.
I just want to know
Gone
what they're
out.
thinking. Zooms into their head.
Yeah.
It's just the fucking
Yeah.
guy with the chicken nuggets.
The monkey with symbols.
You ever
The
want
thing
to?
is that, like, this
You
thing is,
ever
like,
just
I don't
wonder what's going on in his head?
I think
I don't need
He's my
I
nugget.
don't need the information for future reference or use. And I don't need to know, you know, but I wouldn't mind knowing. Like, I wouldn't mind, like, I would love for someone to come up and explain, like, okay, well, here's how it benefits them to do this move. It will do nothing for me and my stance on the matter.
It's more so like a eureka.
Yeah, I would love to be told.
It's more so like a
I just like
eureka
being
moment.
informed.
Yeah, it's more like a eureka moment. Like, oh, that could explain five. And then it's like you hear that reason, and you're like, oh, eureka! It explains
No,
like
yeah,
five
exactly.
other different reasons.
Phil, I think I had
Right, it
that-
doesn't make it better, but at least it, you know.
I think I just had that
Yeah.
eureka moment though.
Really?
For real.
Oh no.
So Crash is what got canceled, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cortex works for Microsoft.
Oh no!
It all makes sense now. Oh my god, he won.
Whoa!
to get rid of that
Whoa!
bandicoot, and now I finally
Whoa!
did it.
Whoa!
He finally won.
Now what if?
God damn it! He figured it out.
Now what if?
Cortex, you realize that means you won't appear in any more games either.
Oh no.
Fuck.
Shit.
No,
You know what I
Before
wanted to
ahead.
retire.
Wait, let me do the math.
I'll wait for the next
now,
PlayStation
I'm
also.
just gonna say how funny would it be on Monday? There happens to be a trailer, and it's that scenario where like Cortex cancels the game.
You see, it was actually just genius marketing.
would've
Yeah,
put 20,
right. And we're just idiots.
No, I'd just be pissed.
That's
See, now I'd be pissed because now they owe me fucking royalties. I can't.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, right?
The fuck?
Yeah.
But put it on table.
They use my exact voice clips in the trailer.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god!
It's all
I cannot
rumors.
believe that. I cannot believe Cortex listens to this podcast.
I wouldn't be the wildest.
I'm a big fan of I'm a big fan of the funny Pow Pop guy.
Oh, what a funny guy.
Me for real?
Bottles kind of sucks though, even though he has lust-provoking lips.
Bottles does kind of suck.
Lust-provoking lips.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
I think that,
yeah, I'll certainly
never
say
cared for Steve. He yelled too
we
much.
lived up to our fucking name during this pod.
our buttons
Oh,
were
yeah.
pushed, as
Yeah.
some would say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were pretty angy for a lot of this pod.
Yeah, I was pretty tight. I was pretty tight.
Guys, you want to plug your stuff?
I'll go first. Mine's simple. Just follow me on Twitter. I post a lot of stuff, and I've been getting into Twitter fights. Not actually as often as I want to, but sometimes I'll quote tweet stuff, and it gets some traction. I'm pretty happy about that because most people on the internet are just fucking morons and are wrong. But other than that, you just follow me on Twitter, phil69, and see some of the stuff I might post about.
Hey everyone, what's me? My name is Lucas. I'm the humble little host of Pow Pop. I have a Twitter at @LScribbleShack @PowPop where I'll post art every now and then. I do streams, usually weekly. Sometimes it's one. Usually I try to aim around 2. Sometimes we do 3. Ooh. And you can catch me there doing stuff.
Hey everybody, this is Capri. You can find me on Twitter at Sulfur1. You can find me talking about video game stuff, and who knows, maybe I'll come up with another topic that we can discuss and get mad about.
True bestie.
Hey everybody, this is your boy Steve, aka Shay64. I have a YouTube channel where you can follow me there, and I make content. I have a big Castlevania month coming up in October next month, and I'll be talking about Castlevania all month long. I also have a Twitter where I'll probably be posting about Castlevania. Or because of what's coming out in October, I'll most likely be posting a lot about Sparkling Zero and Sonic and Jedi Generations.
Shays, I gotta say one thing.
Yeah.
Too bad Castlevania Nocturne.
Oh, it doesn't come out during Halloween.
Man, I really miss when Castlevania on Netflix was airing in October. That way I didn't have to watch it. That way I didn't have to watch the season in January, write the video, and then set it to release in October.
I'm sorry, but I just think that's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it though. I mean, it
no,
looks
I'm
really
looking
cool.
forward to it
I mean,
too.
for
but
fuck's sake, my profile picture on Discord is the one shot of Alucard with the blood sword, which is sick.
I just think it's funny we're gonna get Arcane before them for that.
Hey man, both shows are great. I'm excited for season 2 of Arcane as well. But yeah, you can follow me on Twitter as well. And yeah, that's it for me. I like Crash Bandicoot at the end.
All right, guys. You can find me on YouTube and Twitch as Days for Days, where I will post and/or stream content. Fun content. There's a Nickelodeon one somewhere in the ether coming through. And you can also find me on Twitch and on what the fuck am I saying? You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, where I will be posting my art every now and then. You can also, speaking of art, go to my Ko-fi page, kofi.com/daysfordays, which is linked in the description, and you can commission me to draw art for you.
And you already know my channel, considering you're here already. Game Controller Network, we post reviews here. We do the pod every month. And also, I got big videos planned. We stream 3 times a week. We stream on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I got big video planned in the near future, towards the end of October. During Halloween time, I'm going to be putting out a huge Halloween video, so make sure you look out for that. Links to all of these beautiful people's socials are in the description below.
Right.
As well as our merch store, where you could buy our shirts, mugs, and stickers.
Buy our merch.
Yeah, we have 3 new Kingdom Hearts shirts.
We do.
Oh, you actually made that?
Tomorrow's Wild Ride shirts. Those are our
No, they're
newest
released.
addition to the merch store.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Big Stum Dupid, we got I'm Toilet He Says, and we have They Digitize the Journal.
Some of our favorite bits from the stream series. And
Yeah.
more merch to come.
A personal favorite of mine is Big Stum Dupid. I think
like
that is
that
a very good
that one's
all around.
I
That's a good all around shirt.
I need that shirt.
It's up, you can buy it. You
I
can
know.
buy
I
it.
just have to like bite the bullet and do it.
But you, Steve, you could buy our
It's right there.
merch.
Oh.
That's what we're talking about, Phil.
Bye.
Anyway, goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, we bid you adieu and all that. We got our buttons pushed. We're goodbye.
Good night.
Bye. Everybody. I'll remember you all in therapy.
That's crazy.